You're on
who's
property.
A complaint? I'm on private property.
No, you're actually on the property of Academy.
I know, it's private property.
It's not, yeah, okay. And we're getting complaints that people are back behind their property.
Who's a complaint?
Don't it need to have a sign or something?
Like I told you, I'm telling you right now, so that you know for the future.
Nah, but that's just like you're making up a law
future,
if you just say it.
For the future, I'm telling you for the future.
Right?
You're trying to have a problem.
No, I'm not trying to have a problem.
No, we're not allowed to, commit citizens.
I mean, you can stay on there. I got a 10 meter.
Yeah.
Same one that you use.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That's against our policy.
Imagine showing up with nothing but a camera, a sharp mind, and a simple goal. Expose how quickly authority crumbles under the weight of logic and calm resistance. In this video, two seasoned auditors turn the tables on officers who can't seem to decide if public property is private or if taking photos makes you a criminal. Watch how confusion isn't a mistake, it's a tactic, but only if you don't know your rights.
I'm glad
All right, bro. Hey, when they come, let's walk that way, away from them. So they have to do a U-turn. Let's walk away from them. Come on. Come on.
How you doing, sir? Come on over here. Speaking to you. Come over here, please. You can record me all you want. Hey, I need your ID. We're getting calls about people back here on the property. Okay, we can give a criminal trespass. You're on
who's
property.
A complaint? I'm on private property.
No, you're actually on the property of Academy.
I know, it's private property.
It's not, yeah, okay. And we're getting complaints that people are back behind their property.
Who's a complainant?
It's a refuse complaint.
Okay, we'll leave.
No, I need your ID actually from our report. Thank you very much.
What do you think, Phil? Did I commit a crime?
It's called criminal trespass, and I need to give you a criminal trespass warning, so I need your information.
Who's a complainant?
You don't need a complainant. I don't need to give you that information. Technically, I don't need to give you complainant information.
You don't?
No, actually, I don't. You can receive that from the copy of the report that you want to get later, at a later date and time.
Are you enforcing in-house rules?
There is no in-house rules.
No, I'm saying, is that what you're enforcing right now?
What in-house rules?
No, I'm asking is that what you're enforcing right now?
I'm enforcing the law.
Because this is private property.
This is Academy parking lot.
Private property.
Okay, and
This is not in order
to criminal trespasses.
yeah, and we're receiving complaints that you're back here on their property.
This is Academy that complaining.
I don't need to give you that information. I don't need to give you the owner information. I don't need to give you complainant information.
Academy not the owner of this property.
Okay. When you're on their property and
This is not Academy's property.
It doesn't matter.
We're on a public sidewalk.
No, actually, it's not a public sidewalk. This is.
It's open to the public. It's open to the public.
Okay, that's nice. It's also part of their property. It's not private because it's not blocked off. You are.
It's open to the public.
Yes, so it's not private property.
So it's public property.
It's a public walkway. It's a public area. It's not private property as you're trying to complain or you're trying to say.
Oh, so you just said it's public property. That's what you just said.
Area.
That's exactly. We're anybody else in this area? Two guys just walked by, Sam.
Yeah, and they're walking through. They're not standing here.
We're walking through until you stopped us.
You were standing here because I saw you when I turned onto the property over here from the public roadway.
So is there an ordinance or a law that you're enforcing right now besides criminal trespass? Because you can't criminal trespass on public property.
Oh, really? You can't?
No. Okay. This is public. You just said it was public property.
I asked if it was private because, I mean, then you might have a legitimate chance of trying to trespass us if you would receive ownership or Academy actually complaints about it. So we're just out here taking pictures. That's all we're doing.
What are you taking pictures of?
Out here in public view. We're taking pictures of the NSA.
I mean, what is the reason for that?
You don't really need to have a reason. It's out here.
I was asking you for a reason. I didn't say you needed a reason. I'm asking what your reason for that is.
Oh,
because nobody just comes out to NSA to take pictures of it.
Well, I mean, well, you're speaking in general, though, but, you know, we're just not everyday citizens.
Well,
like,
then,
you
that
have
means you do have a reason.
What's that?
That means you do have a reason then if you're not an everyday citizen out here taking a picture of it.
Well, I'm a citizen
You just
journalist.
told-
I'll give
you
that
just-
much information. I'm a citizen journalist.
Okay.
Gathering content for a story.
That's all I'm asking.
We're both journalists gathering content for a story.
You're a journalist also?
We're both journalists
Well, I'm
gathering
asking
content.
you specifically. He said he was a journalist.
I'm a journalist gathering content for a story.
Okay. And what story is that?
You'll see when it comes out.
Where's it going to come out at?
I guess you'll have to search around on the internet for it.
Okay, what story are you writing it for?
Are we being detained right now?
I'm asking you a general question.
I'm asking you
So is this a consensual conversation?
If I'm being detained,
Yes, it is.
Okay. Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you.
let's stay here.
Yeah, we're all right for now. Yeah, we're good for now.
Can I help you?
Use a cup of coffee. Why don't you go get it for me? You asked me if you could help me. That's what I need help with right now.
The takeaway here is simple. Confusion is the first tool of control, but knowledge is your shield. When the lines blur between public and private, or when photography sparks panic, it's those who stay calm, firm, and legally sharp that turn the situation around. Always know your rights, question everything, and remember, the best way to confuse a cop is simply to know the law better than they do. Picture this. You're standing in a public space, minding your own business, your camera in hand, curiosity in your eyes. But suddenly, that curiosity turns you into a suspect. The parking lot outside a police station, no fences, no clear signs, becomes an invisible line you're not supposed to cross. In this video, we witness how simply observing public vehicles turns into a heated encounter about suspicious behavior and your right to be there.
Going on?
Camera?
Yeah.
What's your name? How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
What's up?
What's your name?
Why?
I mean, you were just in our parking lot and you were looking into vehicles?
Yeah.
Okay, what for? What reason?
Just cause.
Just because what specifically?
Just cause.
What's your name?
Why?
I mean, it's suspicious that you're going through a police parking lot and you're looking through our vehicle specifically.
I thought it said police parking only.
Yes. So what are you doing there? Are you a police officer?
Nah, but I'm not parked there.
Exactly. But you were looking through the vehicles, correct?
Is that a crime?
I mean, walking through our parking lot isn't a crime, but if you're looking through our vehicles, it's suspicious, correct?
No, but is that a crime?
It's not a crime, but you were looking through our
Alright,
vehicles,
well.
it's a little suspicious, correct?
If it's not a crime, then
I know, I'm just asking. I'm asking a question.
I mean, I don't
Were
really
you
feel like
looking through our
answering
vehicles?
questions.
Were you looking through our vehicles?
I'm not gonna answer any
Okay,
questions.
can you just stand by? We're gonna actually put this inventory check of our vehicles, make
Yeah,
sure
go
that
ahead.
nothing's damaged, all right?
I'm gonna be right here.
Okay. Watch it.
How you doing? Chilling. I'm gonna grab my AirPod case in my pocket. I'm gonna put my AirPods away. Yeah, I was about to go over there too. I didn't know it was an issue. you doing?
What's going on? You guys need any help? What's going on?
No, they just stopped me.
Stand by.
They said they want to check the cars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what's going on though?
I guess they didn't like me in the parking lot.
Oh, okay. All right. Were you parking your car in the parking lot or what?
No, I didn't drive.
You said someone took your card?
Card?
Your ID?
No, I didn't give it. I was gonna ask, you guys got any outlets I could use? Like outside?
I don't think so.
Nah. Yeah, I was kind of looking around for an outlet.
Because he just said 10-12.
I mean, he 10-12.
What's 10-12 mean? What's 10-12 mean?
Huh?
10-12?
That's how it is.
Yeah, what's that mean?
That's not something we really discussed.
Oh.
Cambridge Avenue. It's going to be for a 10:15. It's going to be a white van. New Jersey Reg, Whiskey 94, uniform Papa Foxtrot.
By somebody inside that you were looking through our vehicles.
Yeah, I seen one of them had a busted window.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
was
But listen,
getting nosy.
Listen, just for future, obviously this is private property. Obviously,
I didn't know this
it's
was
not,
private.
Listen, I know this is private property. I know it's not enclosed. There's no gates or anything like, but it is considered private property.
Don't it
It's
need to
considered-
have a sign or something?
Like I told you, I'm telling you right now, so that you know for the future.
Nah,
It is-
but
it is
that's
pri-
just
I
like
said,
you're
for the
making up a
future,
law
for the future,
if you just say
for
it.
the future. I'm telling you for the future.
Right?
You're trying to have a problem.
No, I'm not trying to have a problem. It's like a genuine,
Yeah, I'm just
it's
telling
a
you for the
genuine
future.
question.
I'm telling you for the future. It is private property.
So I'm not allowed in there?
You're not allowed to be walking through our parking lot. I'm saying. You're free to record. Like I said, everything is this is our private property. Just for the future, just be mindful when you do walk. That's why
Wait.
there's a sidewalk, all right?
Wait,
You're
but
free
how,
to go.
how, no,
You're
no,
free
wait.
to go.
I have
No
a
one's-
question.
You're free to go.
I have a question. Can you answer my questions? Can you answer my questions? Nobody can answer my questions? So I don't have an understanding of the law, so if I go back in there, then what? Excuse me? Nah, brother? Excuse me? Excuse me? I'm gonna go across the street. Nah, it's done.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
How can I help you?
I just had a couple of the cops tell me I wasn't allowed to go into the parking lot.
Well, no, that's not what we was told. If you're walking freely, you can walk public property. I mean, it's our parking lot, but you're free to walk.
Yeah, I just can't park in
That's
there.
fine.
right?
Yeah, I mean, however, it was reported that you were looking at cars, or someone may have perceived you
No,
were
I
looking at
was.
cars. So, okay.
Yeah, I was, but I wasn't like touching or anything. I seen one of the cars in the back had like a busted window, so I was just like looking inside of it or whatever. But I was just confused because, and then when I was asking him, like, Texas and walked away.
So, okay. Well, it's, it's a security thing. It's a police department. So
Yeah,
across the country, there has been,
yeah,
attacks on
stuff
police
that
officers that
happened.
happen. So we're just using it in our caution, okay?
Okay, but I am allowed back
You
there.
can walk there, but you can't really mess with the cars, of course.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna touch them or anything like that.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Fuck, man, that's why I check my mic real quick. Okay. Yeah, curiosity.
Here's the lesson. Folks, when the lines between public and private property are intentionally blurred, confusion isn't an accident. It's a tool. They rely on vague rules and intimidation to keep you from questioning their authority. But knowledge is power. Always know your rights, document everything, and never let fear silence your curiosity, because that's exactly how they control the narrative. What happens when filming at your local city hall triggers a full police response? In this video, a quiet legal visit somehow escalates to an officer in distress call, all because someone dared to ask questions and hold public officials accountable. We're about to witness how public spaces can quickly become power struggles, and how your camera becomes your only defense.
Complaint from an officer?
For an officer against him.
You may want to go to the police department.
What is this here? Is this the library?
Yeah, no, this is the actual city hall. Yeah, this is where you pay bills.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check a look at some of these things on the wall over here. That's about it.
Okay, no problem. Take the temperature, please,
Right
sir.
there on my arm?
Yes, sir. It's all surface temperature. How you doing? Can
Hello.
I see your wrist, please? All right, thank you very much. Reading low.
I always run low.
You do? I'll take the temperature on your head. Okay, cool. It's 93. How you doing, sir? Everything good? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you got.
Oh, just looking around.
You're just looking around?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Please go to utility with window. Community development. Okay. What is this, guys? Remove all packing material and foam. I don't know what this is, guys. It's the 20th.
Nope, no meeting.
No meeting? Okay. Really? That's why it gave me a little issue. I guess they did, because look, there's another one right there.
Yeah.
We were on our way out anyway, guys. Oh wow, 1, 2, 3. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Different things are parked in the handicap spot. And actually, two of them. And I was going to ask you a question about the car.
Yes, sir.
What's your name? That's Puckett.
Sir.
The tint on the vehicle kind of looks a little bit dark.
Yeah, they talked to my department about the on the vehicle.
Yeah, do you mind if I check it? Check the tent, make sure it's all good and lawful and legal. I figured since we're parked in a handicap spot times 2, we could do that.
Yeah, I needed to get here because it was an officer in distress. So yes,
there's
sir.
an officer in distress. Is he okay now or is she okay?
There's
So
a
mind
lot
if I
of.
check it? I mean, we can sit here.
Yes, sir, you can talk to my supervisor.
It's like
You can talk to my supervisor, sir.
Do you have a temp meter in your car?
You can talk to my supervisor, sir.
Do you guys have temp meters in your car? So this is what you should do when law enforcement come and contact you. Just like these spots are doing.
There's so many other spots you could have parked in.
You would hope to fit them in immediately, just like these guys did right here. And this one here, talk to my sergeant, whatever. Say I want to talk to your attorney. That's what you do. They said they're here for an officer in distress. We were in here. It was a beautifully quiet day inside City Hall. So, absolutely wonderful. So with all the vehicles here, any of you guys care if I do a check on your tent to make sure you're legal and lawful? You have a supervisor. Okay, excellent. I mean, it's your vehicle. You're in actual physical control of it. You got the ability to make that decision. Anything that vehicle is responsible to yours is with your operator. It may not be the owner, but you're the operator of it. So knowing that, do you mind if I check it?
What is your name, Officer Boredom? That's his name. Boredom. Okay.
They keep looking at my toe.
Here, I'll show you guys.
Get off my toe.
I painted my toes, guys.
Yep. So with that being said, you guys being actual physical control your vehicle, you're the operator of it. You care if I check it and just make sure you're legal. You don't have anything to hide. It should be an easy, quick, and simple process. Roll the window down about 6 inches. Slide this on. It's certified and calibrated as of 1 of 21. And we can just be in and out. Is the officer still under distress?
I'm waiting for my supervisor because you're asking a question. You're holding me up. So
No, you're not detained or anything like that. I just asked you if you could. You can simply decline. You can do that. I would just prefer it be moved in case someone does need to access this spot, even though there's other available. Like I said, even though there's other available, they may need access.
I want to be sure that I'm absolutely totally polite to you. So I'm going to make sure I stand right here to finish assisting you, citizen.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, robot. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to do the right thing. Check the team.
My pleasure to serve.
Thank you. You have been nice. I'm not saying you haven't. We know that there's a lot of agencies that write tickets for tent, and then have the hypocrisy of having dark tent themselves.
Yes, sir.
And that Florida statute does exempt unmarked cars, but it doesn't exempt marked.
Yes, sir.
No, she does. Just like they do on a traffic stop when they suspect you have dark tint. They ask if you can check it. If you say no, they're going to probably write you a ticket for it. There it is right there.
There it is, guys.
But
Go
again,
get yourself one.
but again, just don't feel free to go in here. I got the vehicle number. I can always check it, so I don't want to have any
Okay,
issues
so then
with
you can
saying-
respond to the station later when I'm able to properly park?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So have a great day.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I'll give it to the supervisor. Thank you, ma'am. We'll get the supervisor set up. There we go. Properly parked. She wanted to disable the vehicle there, like something like that. Like I can't move my vehicle.
Look, there's a spot right there, guys, she could park in.
I think she's fine.
That's what I was telling her. Awesome.
There we go.
Good job, ma'am.
Hey, Sarge, how's it going? Yes, sir. Just make sure you're in compliance with the Florida statute.
You would like to check my window?
Is that okay?
No, we're not allowed to, commit citizens.
I mean, you can stick it on there. I got a tent meter.
Yeah.
Same one that you use.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. That's against our policy.
That's not against policy. You guys are clear accredited, right?
Well, it's against our policy. You can't use devices on our vehicles or place anything on these vehicles unless it's given to our administration. There's policy that clearly states that.
So I mean, do you know?
But that's how it works. It's kind of like, for example, just to help you understand a little bit better. With our police issued iPhones, we're not allowed to use the earpiece and attach it to the Bluetooth.
Makes sense.
Unless we receive a letter from the chief authorizing that.
That's perfect.
So anything that touches this vehicle has to be on.
So, yeah, you know, I combat that all the time. So in lieu of doing this, per Florida statute, you have to have a decal inside of here that the installer puts on the vehicle that says the actual intent of the size. Can I inspect that so we have it here?
Well, once again, sir, I'm sorry. And I'm not trying to be difficult with you. Anything dealing with our vehicles, city property, it has to go through the chain of command.
Okay. So
they have to authorize that. I can't authorize you to inspect city property.
All right,
that has to be done through the chief.
That makes sense. When you get in there, I'll see if there's one on there. If not, it's actual violation. I think it's a misdemeanor not to have it or do it on there. So it's kind of one of those weird nuanced times that would be good.
Well, I have someone that could probably answer more of the questions you wanted to do.
Yeah, if
you have a concern about our equipment?
Well, I mean,
was the main concern that you saw an officer in a handicap? Or?
I mean, it's a culmination of all of it. It's one of those things when you start thinking about when we're being policed out here on the side of the road, and you have officers that will go out there and issue almost half of a paycheck citation for like speeding or violations. So it's a good way to keep the government, not necessarily you in check, but the government that's installing these here, because we're watched constantly with tag readers, with intersection cameras, with written warnings, and note documentation on the computers. We get a lot of documentation against this, but when it comes down to it, we come out here and we can't ever inspect and look at the wood. So the good thing about what I'm doing here and inspecting this, you don't have any tint below your AS1 line. It looks pretty good. I would say this is like in the 20-30%, but you know, like I said, just confirming it's so good. But you say you have some of the equipment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think what you're asking don't sound like anything that's that's unreasonable. If he operates, the nature of our support services he can give me clearance. I can't do it from my level.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
As a supervisor, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, on the road,
open my door and say, hey, yeah, look and read and inspect, and then I'm authorizing someone to inspect without clearance. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. And it's on you. You're in trouble. Yeah, usually I'll go around and check the tires and things like that and gauge them because that's in public view.
It is. Yeah. Yes. If you want to do a walk around my door, I have no problem.
No, you're good. I think you're pretty good there. On the road, like you know, you probably have one of these issued, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same exact company, everything. Right. But you know, with we always ask this question: if you ask, hey, can I check your tent? You already have probable cause to stop the car because you believe that it's already dark because you've stopped the car for that. Yes, and if someone refuses that to you, you just write the ticket and usually your parents are warning.
Well, it can go a couple of ways. Once you have probable cause for something, the reasonable suspicion, and then the person that sees your investigation, I mean, it can turn to something.
I just didn't know by crossing the front of a window if you are now entering that vehicle and searching and seizing without a warrant. That's why I asked that.
That's a good question, man. I've never been asked that question before.
I ask some weird ones sometimes. Yeah, my tent. I have to confess to you, I have a violation on my car. My tent's 15 in the front and 8 in the back. But thankfully, I have a medical exemption.
Nice.
So so that's what I do. I try to go out here. Even you as officers can get a medical exemption for that, so that you can be legal and lawful. So they're not having hypocrisy of like, look at these guys speeding or look at these guys with tent. I can't do that, but they can kind of thing. But anyway, yeah, the call that came out here, I guess it was for us. We go out and just see different things. I was looking at
this is public property, man. You want to walk around, take pictures, nobody can stop.
I appreciate
You're not violating any laws, you're not doing anything wrong.
That's it. Well, thanks for the explanation. I think that's a very good one for what I'm saying here. Yeah. These guys are good. The other female, I know she was a little bit upset about the question about the parking and two parking spots here.
Right. My guys called me. They raised and said, sorry, can you come by? I wasn't sure what
happened. Nice too. They kept looking at my toe. Why are you laughing? My daughter did that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, she did that. That's my toe.
Well, you know what, man? I ran into that problem. I have 3 daughters.
Yeah, you sitting back sleeping and they come up with a little...
You wake up, you know what I mean? You wake up and your fingernails are painted.
You're like, what's going on?
You have makeup on your face.
That's all right.
That's awesome, man.
Well, Sergeant, thank you. I appreciate it. And that was a really good explanation. And hopefully officers can do that rather than, no, you're not going to, and I don't have, something like that.
No, see, me personally, I wouldn't handle the public that way.
Yeah.
The point is, some folks, it all depends, how the approach, I guess. You know, some guys come to, I mean, I don't think you're doing anything that's
Just
questionable.
check to make sure and document what we're doing, just like you guys have body cams.
Absolutely.
That guy was awesome. That guy was awesome. The female awesome. I don't think there's any trouble. They just got a weird call from here. I guess that there was an officer in distress, and they're like, it was just people filming. I guess.
Yeah, there's no.
All right, Sergeant, I won't hold you.
The lesson is clear. Public property doesn't always mean public freedom, especially when authority feels threatened by a camera. They'll use vague complaints, exaggerated distress calls, even parking violations to justify their presence. But knowledge, patience, and your right to film are your greatest tools. Stay calm, stay recording, and never let intimidation rewrite the rules.